All right, let's just get right into it. I'm about to let you in on a little secret, something that honestly might shock you a bit. It's this hidden pattern that connects literally everyone, from the person just starting out with nothing all the way up to multi-billionaires. And trust me, understanding this one thing is the key to everything we're about to talk about.
And there you have it. That's the core of it right there. This isn't just some beginner's anxiety. It's not a phase you grow out of. No, this is the constant nagging voice inside the heads of pretty much every successful person you've ever admired. They all feel like they're just making it up as they go. And this just leaves it out perfectly. You think that once you hit that next goal, that first $1,000, the first 100,000, maybe even 1 million a month, you think that a switch will just flip and you'll finally feel like you've got it all figured out. But the truth? That feeling? It sticks around. The problems get bigger, for sure, but that deep down sense of, am I even doing this right? Yeah, that never really goes away. So seriously, let this be the moment you just exhale and let go of that whole anxiety that you're the only one who feels this way. You're not. We are all, as the source puts it, all alone in this together. This feeling isn't some kind of bug in your system. It's a feature. But if it's a feature, what's it actually for? So let's try to flip this whole conversation on its head. What if we stop treating doubt and fear like these big, scary monsters we have to defeat? What if instead they're actually signals, like a compass, pointing us exactly where we need to go? It's the obvious question, right? We've all heard the term imposter syndrome, and we've all kind of secretly hoped that someday we'll finally kill it off and just feel secure, confident. But what if the whole goal isn't to make it disappear? And that's the twist. The moment you stop feeling that little bit of doubt, that slight feeling of being in over your head, that's the moment you should actually start worrying. Because that feeling, it's a vital sign. A sign of what, you ask? This is the key takeaway, right here. Doubt isn't a sign that you're weak. It's proof that you're being ambitious. It's just your brain's way of letting you know that you've officially stepped outside your comfort zone and into the growth zone. Think of it like your own personal progress bar. Okay, so let's build on that. If doubt is a sign of growth, what's the opposite? Well, it's that feeling of comfort, of having it all handled. And that, my friend, is the real danger zone. The enemy isn't failing, it's standing still. I mean, this slide lays out the choice we all have so clearly. On one side, you've got the path of growth. It's uncomfortable, it's full of doubt, because, well, you're pushing yourself. And on the other side, you have dwindling. It might feel safe, it might feel comfortable for a little while, but it's a slow and steady decline. This quote from the source absolutely nails it. This whole idea that you can just hit a certain level of success and then just coast, it's a complete fantasy. In life, in business, in anything that matters, there's no neutral gear. You're either moving forward or you're sliding backward. And that's because the challenges don't just stop, they evolve. The things that got you to where you are now won't be enough to get you to the next level. Life is always going to demand that you learn more, adapt faster, and just grow. So that feeling of being challenged, it isn't going anywhere. It's a permanent part of living an ambitious life. Okay, so this is where you might be thinking, hold on a second. If doubt is good, am I just supposed to be uncomfortable and anxious forever? Is there no room to just feel satisfied? To be proud of what I've done? That doesn't sound very sustainable, and you're right. Thankfully, that's not the full story. And that brings us to the other half of this whole equation. It's just as important too. You have to balance that constant drive for more, for growth, with a very conscious, very deliberate practice of actually acknowledging how far you've come. You got to give yourself some praise. Man, this is such a powerful idea. While you're out there in the trenches, pushing your limits and feeling all that healthy doubt, you also have to be your own biggest cheerleader. You have to be the one who pats yourself on the back and says, hey, good job. This is that classic, wherever you go, there you are problem. Making more money or hitting bigger goals is not going to magically fix how you feel on the inside. You can't just outsource your self-worth to your checking account. It's an inside job, and you have to work on it every single day. And look, this isn't about popping champagne for massive victories. It's about celebrating the small stuff. The discipline it took to not hit the snooze button. The focus to read just a few pages. Hey, not texting your ex? That's a huge win. Even just making it all the way through this explainer without getting distracted, count it. These little pats on the back build up over time. So, how do we put these two things together? The constant push and the constant praise.
Well, it's about embracing the fact that an ambitious life is full of highs and lows, and then learning how to ride those waves. The source gives a perfect example of this. At 4 in the afternoon, after a really tough call about some messy logistics, he feels totally deflated. The doubt is just screaming at him. But then, just 6 hours later, after a massive investment call goes really well, he feels like a king. Your mood, your confidence, it can swing like a pendulum in just a few hours. That's totally normal.
And this is where it all clicks together. When you're in that 4 p.m. low, when you feel totally beaten down and full of doubt, that's when you need an anchor. That's the moment you pull out that list of wins, big and small, to remind yourself of who you really are and just how far you've already come. So let's make this super practical. Here's your toolkit. First, actually keep a list of your wins. Write them down somewhere. Second, journaling is an amazing tool to just get a snapshot of where your head is at. And third, use that record. Look back a month, 3 months, a year, and you'll see concrete proof of your progress. It's really hard to argue with your own history. So here we are, full circle. Yeah, you're scared. You feel like you have no idea what you're doing. But now you know something powerful. The person you look up to most, that billionaire, that titan of industry, they feel it too. And you know that this feeling isn't a red flag telling you to stop. It's a green light showing you you're on exactly the right track. It's a good thing. So let's end with this thought. Your fear, your doubt, all that discomfort, that's just the friction of you moving forward. It's undeniable proof that you are not standing still. So the only real question left is, if this feeling is your compass for growth, where are you going to let it point you next?